I'm Trent Alexander-Arnold and this is my Insta story.
It is what it is. I know you all love it. Yeah, so obviously to start with is my first Instagram post. That was at the Bernabeu. That was when? 2014 I think, 2014 when we were in the Champions League. Mad, I was still in school. Weird story, we would have played the 19s as well, so normally I was with the under-19s for the UEFA Youth League competition, so we'd always travel out on the same plane as the first team and stuff, but obviously we'd be at the back of the plane and they'd be at the front. Remember Alex Inglethorpe, who was probably the academy director at the time, obviously still is, but I remember he called and said that the first team were going to stay out the day after and do a training session in the morning and then fly back for the lads that didn't play. So he asked me and I said, I can't because I've got a mock exam the next day. I've got to get back and do my exam. So we travelled, and as we got to the hotel in Madrid, he came up to me again and said, instead of training on the Wednesday, the manager wants you to train today with the team at the stadium, which is crazy because I was going not even to play for the 19s. I would have been on the bench and stuff to training with the first team at the Bernabeu, which is a mad experience and good memories. This was a post-season trip to Australia. Bit of a nightmare trip. We were there for less than a day, so you can imagine the toll it took on our bodies. But I mean, for me to be able to play with the two players that I looked up to the most, Gerrard and Carragher, growing up, for inspiration and motivation, to have that experience to share the pitch with them, it was incredible. And I remember growing up, something that always motivated me and something that I always told myself is that I always wanted to share a pitch with Gerrard. That was something that I always thought that I needed to do, and doing the maths, I thought it would have been possible with the ages and stuff, and I think I just missed out by a season or two, but to be able to share the pitch in any way, shape or form with him was unbelievable. Yeah, next one, this was my first pre-season. Started in 2016, so yeah, just over 4 years ago. I remember someone got me that picture framed, so I've still got it at home. Because at a time like this, you don't know whether you're staying or you're going back to the academy, so it's these moments that of doubt and uncertainty that you really cherish and don't take for granted. So even still looking back on that, I know that in my mind that was an unbelievable moment, and that's a picture that I'll never forget, because at the time that meant the world to me, to have the manager to embrace me and stuff. And I can't remember exactly what he said. I remember the game. I have a weird memory when it comes to footy matches. I remember every game that I've played in. So yeah, I remember this was Huddersfield, just before we went to America on pre-season. I can't remember exactly what he said because he told me a lot of things, but he looks kind of happy, and I think I have a kind of smile, so I'm going to say it was positive. Prem debut. Yeah, we won 3-0 against Middlesbrough away. I remember them all, man. I remember them all. That's one of the biggest achievements that you can have, I think, for a young English player is to make your Prem debut. That's the dream. You grow up watching it week in, week out. You watch a match of the day on the weekends, on the Saturday. It's something that you dream of. That's what you work towards, and to be able to do it was something very special for me. Yeah, again, I remember this. 21's debut, again, another unbelievable achievement for me, especially, like I said, at the time. It's always been a dream for me to go through the England ranks, and I've been fortunate enough to be chosen and selected for all the age groups and be able to go through that journey of different managers, probably little bits of different playing styles and tactics, and picking up different things from different players, because England teams, they evolve, players come in and go. I skipped under 20s as well, so I never played any under 20s games. I went from under 19s to under 21s, and then obviously the World Cup was in the summer and I got called up for that, so yeah, it feels nice to be fast tracked. Obviously this is getting off a plane in Spain. That would have been Nations League last campaign, and obviously I brought my chessboard with me. I got a few of the lads involved. Eric plays, and played a bit with Eric. I think I had to end our game. And Marcus involved in it. And it was just one then that was good. It's always a good game to play and stuff, and always something that's kept me entertained and always been good to me. So it's not as if I'm out on the pitch thinking of chess moves, but the process of thinking a few moves ahead and having mental images before maybe you get the ball and knowing where you want to play, or recognising your opponent's weaknesses and trying to exploit them. It's kind of the same principles in football. It's the same. Normally the best tactics win. So they're both games of tactics really. It's mad even looking back on these kind of pictures, because even still you don't really know what's really happened. It's difficult. This was an unbelievable moment for me. It was something that I'll never forget. To be able to be presented with my first England shirt by obviously royalty is something that not many players can say they've had the privilege of having. I think lucky and fortunate to have that honour. There's no caption, so there's nothing really needed to say, is there? It is what it is. I know you all love it. And as you can see from the comments by a few of the lads, it's a bit out there and a bit different to maybe what people are used to seeing, but it's something I enjoy. I think I look quite cool in it. So yeah, thought why not let the world see it. Oh, you just pick some flipping pictures here. That was me debut at Bournemouth that I was talking about before, the Victory Shield one. I've still got the same amount of facial hair. But yeah, unbelievable. A World Cup is a World Cup. It's something that comes around every 4 years. It's not something that everyone gets to be a part of, and I've been so lucky to be chosen to go to one, and especially one that was so successful for the country. And I think turning point in terms of how people viewed England teams, and especially this team, and I think there was a lot less pressure on us than maybe other teams in the past, and I think that allowed us to go and perform and to bring joy to the nation. And I think from what we were doing on the pitch to everyone celebrating at home and in Russia and all over the world was really proud for everyone to see, and I think we represented the country in an amazing way. And I think with the potential that we've got, we can hopefully take a few steps further and get closer to lifting a trophy. Again, the caption speaks for itself. Unbelievable moment for me and my family, my friends, everyone. It is the dream. It's something that I've pretended to do many a time in the garden and in the park and stuff. So to be able to do it for real was something that I'll never ever forget. I'd always just copy players' celebrations when I was a kid. When I'd practice this moment hundreds of times, I'd always pick a player, whether it be Rooney, Gerrard, Lampard, Beckham. I think in the heat of the moment, it was just do what felt right, try and get all that energy out, and that's what I've done. It was just a moment of just happiness, and like I said, it's something I'll never forget. Again, I think every kid dreams of winning trophies for the team that they support, and for me to be able to do that was incredible. Especially the season before, coming so close and ending in disappointment was tough, but what's meant to be will be, and for us to be able to win it and to be able to bring so much joy to so many people, it's worth all the hard work that you put in over the years, and all the ups and downs and the sacrifices that you make just for that one moment of everything coming true is all worth it. As you see from the picture, this is obviously the first game back after the lockdown and when football resumed, and obviously with everything that went on, this was a huge statement for everyone to be a part of. It's something that I think we all felt was needed, and I think it had an impact, and that's something that needs to carry on really. It's not just in that moment and yeah, okay, we've wore our shirts and alright, let's put them to the side and carry on with the world, because it was fine, because there's things going on out there even still that are unacceptable, and people are treated wrongly because of where they're from and what they look like and what colour skin they've got, and for people not to be given an equal opportunity because of them reasons is quite idiotic to me. So it's important to keep these messages going through and make sure that we keep believing in them and following them. And for me, it's important to put these messages out there and make sure that we mould the minds of tomorrow into the right way. Yeah, this is, I think, everyone's mood during lockdown, really. Bored in the garden, kicking balls. I think if you go around the squad and say, what were you doing in lockdown? You probably get the same answer. I was in the garden kicking a ball. Like I said, that was me on a daily basis. That was my only friend, was the ball. I think the walk-off was just the mood on the day. Because yeah, like we're kind of vibe, yeah. But no, obviously I've had a couple goals at it. I think it might have been second or third try, but got there in the end, and yeah, the fans loved it, really. Everyone loved it. This was for everyone. This was probably one of the most special moments I'll ever have, and being able to bring so much joy again to so many people. And then the one on the left, again, that was mood. That was the mood on the night. That was the night that we won it, when Chelsea got us the result that we needed. Probably about 2 hours into celebrations there, so probably a good idea that I had the shades on. From just a young kid playing for his local team and getting, I think that was Player of the Year for Country Park, to representing England and Liverpool on the biggest stages in the world, is something that I dreamed of but never really thought was achievable for just a normal kid who, like I said, was just a regular kid playing football in his back garden with his brothers and playing on the schoolyard with his mates. So to be able to go through the whole journey, like I said before, ups and downs and all the sacrifices that are being made, just to have even this training in the rain, but being able to wear the badge and to be able to represent club and country on, like I said, the biggest stages of them all was all worth it, and I'm proud of where I am, but there's still a long way to go.